Raw Sports Radio, we back again. You know we in here, man, every Sunday, 9 p.m. I don't know why you acting like you don't know. Raw Sports Radio in the house, man. I got D'Angelo from Whatever the Fuck I Want podcast. And of course, I got Trad of Truth and Mel, he gonna be stopping through. And hopefully we'll probably hear from Derek Davis. But man, we had couple few good college football games this weekend, man. We wasn't really expecting it, to have the dog fights we had and the upsets we had this week. But hey, that's what college football is all about, man. You never know what you're gonna get in college football. It's like a March Madness every week, man. So what's up, fellas, man? What's up, Mel? What's up, Trav? What's up,
What's
Angelo?
up, man? Hey, how's it going?
What
What's
up,
up with it?
Hey,
everybody?
how's it
What
going?
up?
Yeah, Mel. Hey, Mel. We see we got your
Hey,
team on the screen, man. Georgia versus South Carolina, man. Hey, you know how we do.
yeah,
Talk about it.
absolutely, man.
Georgia walked
Yeah,
away with it was a tight game, but Georgia walked away 24-14. You know what I mean? And the quarterback Spencer Rattler, man, he went 22 of 46, 256 yards. And Carson Beck, man, he kept a good high efficiency game with 22 out of 35, 269 yards. So that looked good to me. And that running back, man, 20 carries, 118 yards. But let me step back and get the real aficionados to talk about the game. Go ahead, Trad. Go ahead, Mel. Do your thing, man.
yeah. South Carolina, they had Georgia on the rope. They had them 14-3 at the half. Rattler, he was 16 of 18 at halftime. But once the second half came, all that changed. Georgia adjusted. Rattler went like 6 for 20 something in the second half. Couldn't get nothing going. A couple of interceptions.
Yeah. And both those interceptions came in the second half.
Yeah, that's why I say he had a good first half.
Yeah,
They just adjusted. That's what won the game for them. Yeah, they
yeah,
rushing
they had to show
attack
up
the
to play today.
defense. What you say? What you say, man?
Oh, I got a bad connection. I can barely hear. But I was saying that Georgia had to show up to play. They got tried and tested a little. They had to settle down. That first half was it just took them a little while to settle down. But thing about football, it's a full quarter game. It's a full quarter game, and you gotta play to the very end. And they went in there at halftime and regroup, came back, and they was looking more like themselves. But that first half, I was a little nervous. South Carolina ran that ball pretty good. They had some big plays and they held their own.
It looked like that South Carolina had a very big problem stopping the run. They
Right.
had because if Georgia shut their run game completely down, they had a total of 53 rushing yards for the whole game. Like, no way can you beat Georgia with that little productivity on the ground.
Yeah, they totally dominated them on that line. They couldn't get nothing going. And on the other end, Georgia, the one Edwards, he had 20 carries, 118 yards. He dominated. They couldn't stop him.
Yeah,
Carson Beck, he had a good second half.
and then also in the second half, Georgia had they dominated the ball. They dominated the time of possession because um for the entire game, because South Carolina didn't never get their groove on the ground. They only had 16 carries as a team for the entire game. So that right there lets you know that Georgia dominated the clock.
Yeah, I think it was just bad coaching too. They had them on the heel. They just you You can't come out with the same game. They knew Georgia was gonna adjust. They should have adjusted.
Yeah.
Like Rattler had a amazing first half.
I mean, pretty much everything he did was in the first half.
Yeah, it was over with. After that, it was offense. They had nothing going on.
Because
So
what
Georgia
you
scraped by with a win on this.
so Trev, what'd you say it was? It was 14-3 at half?
Yeah, halftime. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say Rattler was 16 of 18. He ended the game 22 of 42.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I was sitting there watching that game. I couldn't believe it because it was they were looking pretty good. The defense was holding in the first half. But I mean, with the second half, with the offense not moving the ball, or getting no points on the board, defense got tired. Georgia wore them down with that run game, and I say Beck, he did decent. He ain't throw no touchdown, but he ain't throw no interceptions either.
So in your opinion though, from what you've seen from what you've seen from Georgia, do you think they had the potential to hold on? And I know everybody had their favorites on who they think gonna win it all or whatever, but do you from what you've seen so far, do you think Georgia has what it takes to hold on to that number one spot and be in contention for a national championship?
I think they do because of the competition they're gonna be playing. I think probably their best competition might be like Florida, Ole Miss, because we saw what Tennessee had against Florida, and I don't think Tennessee will beat Georgia, but Ole Miss or Florida, that's the only hope. Everybody else, they gonna run the board with everybody else, unless Missouri keep getting better and better. But I don't see anybody that really give them a fight during the season.
Yeah, I don't think Missouri gonna be a factor, man.
Nah, not really, but we just in couple of weeks in, so we'll see as the season go on.
Yeah. The running back, Dewan Edwards. Where you hearing?
Let me see. I think I'm not sure what year he is.
Well, while you looking at that, man, you got a point, man, cause about the conference, their strength of schedule, man. In the East, their best opponent is what? Tennessee, Ole Miss, and what? Auburn, and that's only if Auburn get better.
Yeah, that'll be the only way. I don't see Auburn as a threat though.
Edwards is a senior.
Yeah, he's a senior. Yeah.
He's a senior.
Yeah, I don't see Auburn as a threat. They don't have great quarterback play, so I don't see them as a threat. Well, I say maybe like Ole Miss, like I say, Florida played a good game against Tennessee, so and Florida got a running game too. So, but that's the only hope I see during the season. Because Tennessee, after what I saw from them, they not a factor. So just Ole Miss and Ole Miss and Florida. That's probably it.
Yeah, they do got a kind of got a light schedule.
Yeah, man.
Light schedule.
Yeah, so that that ought to help them out this season. But when they come up against some real competition, we'll see where they at.
I know I kind of just really paid attention to old boy Edwards from Georgia, He had a good season last year, but if he could do that again, you know what I'm saying, he might push himself up to in the third round because
Yeah,
he'll load, man.
Oh yeah. He had a good day.
He'll load. He tough to bring down. When I look at the highlights, man, he, he remind me of somebody like a Matt Forte or someone who the first tackler don't they never bring the first person
oh,
never
okay.
bring them
Yards
down.
at the contact
Yeah,
Yeah.
type of back.
because the first guy he shake their ass off and he keep his legs moving real good.
Yeah, Trav, man. This next one, man. Trav, did you get to watch the Boston College versus Florida State comeback?
Yeah, they made it look like a dog fight at the end.
Yeah, I caught the end of that game.
Yeah, Florida
Yeah,
State was they were dominating the game.
right.
Well, not really dominating, but halftime they was up 17-10. They was up by a touchdown, and then they scored
That
a couple of
quarterback.
them in the third quarter, fourth quarter. They didn't do anything. So
Hey, they was getting to that quarterback. Boston College was getting the Florida State quarterback. I think they had him a little rattled, but Boston College quarterback, he nice. I mean, well, at least he got it done with his legs when he had to.
yeah, he played a good
He
game.
nice
He
though.
had over
Yeah, and
300
them boys
yards
from
pass,
Boston College was tough, man.
and he had 95 yards on the ground.
Yeah, I
Yeah, they,
enjoyed watching that game, man. They definitely scrappy, man. Boston College. Yeah. I think I got to go back and check the class of those guys, but they got something, man. But Florida State, man, they got the transfer from South Carolina Gamecocks, the Jaheim Bell, right here. You see on the screen, man. He a beast, man. They need to get the ball more to him. He definitely a weapon. But that game was tough, man. It was a gritty, good ACC game. I'm liking what I'm seeing in the ACC this year.
yeah, that was a tough game. Well, I don't think anybody expected for Boston College to give them a fight like that, but
Hell no.
Right.
they played pretty tough. It's a lot of teams that's kind of surprising this year. I think it's wide open this year. Yeah, I don't see a clear cut champion
Nah. And then
from
you
what
had
I
the,
see.
and then
Go
you
ahead.
had the Florida game you was talking about.
Oh yeah, Florida made Tennessee look horrible. Yeah,
Yeah, that
Milton.
was, and Mel, you seen that game? See, Mel ain't in here. Yeah. But yeah, you said Milton, man. I was going back looking at some of the highlights, man. I ain't really get to catch the whole thing because busy day. But yeah, man, Milton looked good to me, man. I ain't get to watch the whole game, but I mean, he ain't look as bad as you made it sound, man.
Nah, you need to go back and watch the game. It was horrible. Only reason he got them yards because he caught him a couple of times deep for some
I'm just
bombs.
talking
That's why he got.
from the eye test. Yeah, from the eye test I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's
And I mean,
why.
he threw a couple passes, touchdowns I seen.
Yeah,
Let me
he
see.
got a couple of bombs in there, but really, it was an awful day for him.
That's
I
crazy.
I couldn't
And you
believe
know,
what I was seeing.
that's crazy when you think that he a 6-year senior, man.
Whoa. So what's that?
A 6-year senior, man.
That's a COVID and a red shirt.
Gotta be, man. They gotta be, man.
He
Yeah,
probably got a
he
whole
I mean,
family.
and like you said, Trav, that running back man was tearing their ass up, man.
ETN,
Yeah, Edian, yeah, whatever, yeah.
man, he was
That's him.
unstoppable.
Yeah,
See, really, all that quarterback had to do was manage the game. That's why he was 19 or 24 for for 166 yards. Etienne, he had 23 carries for 172 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah,
They just
he
kept
definitely
feeding.
fast, man. He fast, he quick. I mean, he bursts through the holes, man. That's what you want in a running back, man.
Yeah,
Somebody
he
who
a,
got awareness, man. He sees the hole, man. He get through that mug. I'm telling you.
yeah, he a strong back.
Before the defense can react, he already through the hole.
Yeah, I just didn't expect that from Florida from what I saw when they the game against Utah. Utah
Right.
made them look terrible the
Right.
first week.
So what was this running game then?
I don't know. I guess Utah just shut it down. I guess. They just couldn't get nothing going. But
Hey Jay, you gotta go out and come back in. Or fix your mic one. Yeah, man.
yeah,
Oh, there you go.
Tennessee gonna have to go back to the drawing board. That's why they dropped so low. Because of how
Jake,
bad the game was.
Right, Jake, unmute yourself. There you go. Hey, Jake, you seen that Florida Tennessee game?
Oh, I didn't see the game. I seen where it was a real good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida.
Yeah.
Florida was,
What game was you able to catch yesterday, Jake?
You know, I watched that Colorado State game.
We got that coming. We got that coming up.
Ooh, that was a smoker.
Hold on, Jake. Hold on now. We got it coming up. Yeah, we got that one coming up.
I watched Alabama struggle.
Yeah. Talk about that. Now that's a take. Alabama, what a pitiful. Yeah. That's
Roll
crazy.
Tide.
Oh man.
Oh man. Look at this.
Yeah, my money looking real good. They're gonna lose 2 more games. I bet somebody they're gonna lose 3.
He don't know if he a war eagle or elephant.
Never bet against Nick Saban.
Yeah.
When I get that $200, I remember that.
Jake said he gonna pass go and collect 200 from you, man.
That's gonna be hard because the Tide gonna roll.
But they probably finna drop out of the top 10, man.
Damn.
They already did. They number 12 now.
Damn.
I mean, it ain't no
Try to keep that one a secret.
They're number 12, and think about
well,
when they lose these other 2 games, they're going to be like number 20 or number 21.
Wait. The rankings come out tomorrow, don't it?
No, they come out on Sundays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't try to get one day reprieve. Yeah, today you're number 12.
13.
You're number.
Okay, I'm glad they got this right, man. I'm glad they got this right. They got Georgia number 1, Michigan number 2, Texas Longhorns number 3, and Florida State number 4. Florida deserved to drop one. Dog fight with Boston College. They shouldn't have allowed that. And then USC at number 5. I'm glad they changed it from this morning. Yep. Okay. Ohio State at number 6, Penn State at number 7, Washington at number 8, Notre Dame at number 9. Trav, put some respect on Notre Dame, and then number 10, Oregon. Put some respect on them, man. They rank higher than you, man. So, and then Utah number 11, okay, and LSU at number 12. And damn, what the hell is Alabama? Oh, there they go, ranked at number 13. Damn.
Yeah, I told you. What I'm looking at is 13.
They 4 spots ahead of my Tar Heels at number 17.
Don't worry, your Tar Heel going past them.
I can say this, as a Tide fan, we the only fan that get a lot of fluff, a lot of bullshit from all the fans.
No, y'all get out what y'all put in, what y'all put out, man. Y'all get back what y'all put out. Y'all always put out that. I ain't even gonna say because it'll make me sound like I'm a hater. I ain't gonna say, man.
You ain't
I
gotta
mean,
say.
you know, a
You,
lot of people
you,
mad because we cocky about it because we win.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Nick Saban was talking about, man.
But we win.
Well,
We win championship. We
what you
make it
feel
to the
about?
playoff. We
But
win.
what you feel about how when Nick Saban come out and address that and said Alabama fans are like ridiculous, man. As he said, he like delusional. He said, man,
He
these
should
kids don't nobody try harder than these kids in practice every day. He said, are
he
you
should be
crazy?
he should be grateful to be a part of this.
Wow. You hear that, Trev? I mean, Angelo, I ain't make this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy. I thought he
Nick
was the reason
Saban
for
should
this
be
success.
great.
I mean, what was Alabama before him?
Alabama had championship before Nick Saban ever came.
Yeah, what was 80 years before he got over
yeah.
there?
What year?
What you
Exactly.
mean?
Huh? What year?
What you mean? What year?
What year Dayton won without Saban?
Well, it had been a few years before he was there.
What?
Nah, it was more than a
1930,
few. It was more than the 80s.
1930, 1940.
It was
What year?
decades ago. He talking about a few years.
Yeah, that was a few years back in the 90s.
Nah, that's an understatement.
Yeah, a few years back. So,
Yeah,
but
you went out there on your own on that one. Yeah. Yeah, he found out, he realized he was by himself on that one.
but guess what? Before Saban came, how many other colleges had as many championships as Alabama? Nobody. That's why everybody
Mm,
quiet.
Before Saban,
Alabama. Wait a minute.
it's been like
Alabama wasn't dominating before Saban got there.
We had championship
the
before
last
How
Saban.
many?
championship y'all won before Saban was in 92.
I mean, we have 18 championships.
What in volleyball, soccer, and
Everything.
what
We
you
dominate
what you
everything.
count?
It could be softball, volleyball, baseball,
Golf.
whatever it is. Everything. That's why I say Nick Saban ought to be grateful he there.
Wow. Hey man.
No, y'all ought to be grateful that he's there.
I mean,
In the
he a
air,
good. I say he
the
a
air.
good recruiter, but not so much this year at the quarterback position.
That's the problem. He ain't got no quarterback.
So who fault that is?
Oh, that's his fault.
Right.
I mean, let's just be real about these high expectations, man. It ain't but so many good quarterbacks in the league, man. In college football, you can't have great quarterbacks every year, man.
Why
Listen,
not?
man. We won championship before with average quarterback.
Right. So what's your problem now?
Those quarterbacks we have are not average.
Wow.
They below average.
Wow.
I like that answer.
Well, stop going to them then.
I mean, you know what I see. What I see, you know, like I said before, they brought in this guy from Notre Dame. He the offensive coordinator. They brought in this backup quarterback from Notre Dame to transfer. I told you earlier, I think they came to sabotage Alabama season.
Oh man.
Oh, you stop it.
Oh man.
I told Dave that earlier. Because that offensive coordinator, this is what I told Dave. That offensive coordinator that came over there,
You told
that
me too,
transfer,
Trav.
so he already knew that transfer was garbage. That's why they didn't put him in against Texas. Because if he wasn't garbage, they would have put him in when Miro kept overthrowing and having bad passes. They would have put him in that game. So they already knew. So they wanted to try him out this week against that team, and it almost cost us. The freshman they put in, he looks better than the guy from Notre Dame. Buckner, Bushner, whatever his name is. They need to send him back to Notre Dame. Now go ahead, D'Angelo. What you got to say about the Tide? The Tide low this week, but that's all right. We looking forward to be a high tide next week.
Man, you know what? The world beating on the Tide so bad. I'm gonna take the night off, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's what.
Because you know what I'm saying. You said this earlier. You know when you talk about some they sabotage in the Tide. If you believe that they sabotage in the Tide, you truly don't have no belief in your guys, man.
Oh, he
I
said it
always
with
got belief.
conviction. He said it with conviction, so he
I
believes
always
what he
got
said.
belief. Because even though we challenged at the quarterback position, because even the commentators in the game, they said the same thing I've been saying for the past few weeks. They got the biggest offensive line. They got all them horses back there in the backfield. And ain't been using them until yesterday. They had to use them, and they got good yardage. Got ran over 100 yards on the ground. If they would have been doing that, we would have had better results.
So let me ask you this though, Trav. Now, you just gave a big, huge, and you always do. You gave a big, huge shout out to Nick Saban. Like in Nick Saban, we trust. So you have Nick Saban, you have Nick Saban, you have a Jake. What they used to call the Washington Redskins offensive line, was it the Hogs or something like that?
The Hogs.
You know what I'm saying? You got the college version of the Hogs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
don't forget, Nebraska Cornhuskers back in the day, they had that big ass offensive line. Back in the days in the 70s.
yeah, they always had one. But okay,
Oh man,
you
they
got
had
that.
a big old
Oh,
huge
oh,
offensive line. Wasn't nothing under 320 on that line in the 70s. Nebraska had.
land your point, Angelo. Where you was going at with this?
So when you got that, you got the college version of today's Hogs, Nick Saban. You would think that plugging in a quarterback would be nothing because you have a freshman on there on the bench that's a highly regarded 5-star guy, and then you got a transfer with experience.
He don't have any experience.
Man, he practiced with Notre Dame. You got y'all
we
got
in the
people back there. Y'all got
hey
people back there.
we in the SEC. He in the SEC now. He's not with Notre Dame. It's totally different.
Man, I know one thing, man. You put me behind 6 320-pound dudes. I can get a 7-yard pass off, man.
So that's why I'm saying they need to change the offense. That same offense they were using with Tua and Bryce Young and Jalen Hurts, they can't use that offense no more because you don't have a quarterback that's on that level. So the quarterbacks they have to turn them into game managers. Like every now and then, yeah, you can take a shot down the field, but they got to manage the game and they got to pound the ball. They got to run the ball. They fed what's his name, Rodell Williams. That's why he wound up. He had 17 carries for 100 and some yards. Yeah, he had like 129 yards and a touchdown. The other running back, he had 13 carries for 74 yards. But they only did that because they had to. That's what won the game for us. Because if they want to try to start running the ball, we possibly could have lost that game.
Hey, Trav, what won the game for y'all is y'all wasn't playing nobody.
Yeah, that too. They not a team like that, but they did play tough.
Hey man, I feel sorry for Trav. We keep putting him on the hot seat every
But
week.
I'm
Man.
saying they wasn't playing nobody. There wasn't no. Come on, bro. They played South Florida, man. Come on.
Why we do Trav like this every week, man?
17-3. Hey, 17-3 against South Florida. That's a fucking nail biter. You know what I'm saying?
I mean that's why they put Buster in there to try to see what he was gonna do, and you saw what he did against South Florida. So think of what he would do if he was playing next week against Ole Miss.
It's a nail biter, man.
Yeah, they held the game up for like an
I
hour.
don't want to hear nothing else. That man said a nail biter, bro. The fuck you doing?
It was, though, bro.
I mean, it was 3-3 at halftime.
Nobody don't respect y'all no more. South Florida. A nail biter with some nail Florida. Oh, man.
we really sitting up here. Hey, we really sitting up here debating about a game against South Florida, the South Florida Bulls.
Nail biter. The Bulls, man.
The South Florida Bulls, man. Come on.
Hey, you said the first play of the game. You said, "Oh, South Florida, they ain't got their shit together. They in trouble."
Man,
On to the Georgia game.
but I was so mad. I was so mad with Alabama. I turned it to the other game quick.
You gonna be turning all motherfucking season, man.
Y'all privilege getting taken away, man. But Trav, y'all still got a great team, man. Y'all got all these 5-star recruits.
Yeah, we got a good defense.
Bro, you don't need it. You don't have to have an NFL Pro Bowl team every year to win, bro. Like you should be able to win without that, man.
That's why I'm telling you, it's not just the quarterback; it's the offensive coordinator. You cannot run the same offense that you've been running for years. That Lane Kiffin offense. You got to scrap that offense. You don't have that type of quarterback. Man, you got to go back to the running game. And it ain't going to work running out of them same little simple plays. They running out of shotgun. That ain't going to work.
But don't y'all got the guy from the Tennessee not from Tennessee, but from the Texas the Texans, man, from the NFL. Don't y'all got him as Brian as y'all offensive coordinator, or?
Nah, he gone. Nah, we got the offensive coordinator. I forgot his name. He from Notre Dame. Bill O'Brien gone.
Bill O'Brien gone. Okay, so Tommy Reeves.
Which I wasn't a fan. I'm not a fan of Bill O'Brien either. That's why I asked you earlier. I think he with New England Patriots now. So I know they offense gonna suck.
And look, now I'm looking up. They said Tommy Reeves, he is a quarterback coach. That's where he get his bread and butter, like being a quarterback coach. So that's why y'all have a quarterback happy offense, man. So you definitely y'all ain't never gonna get back to the running game.
Well, it's gonna be a rough season if they don't. So Nick Saban don't take control and tell them what needs to be done. Then hey, it's gonna be a bad year. It's gonna be a low tide all year.
Yeah. Trav, you know what's next, man? Trav.
Yeah, Missouri and
Kansas State. Missouri knocks off number 15, Kansas State. Upset. The wide receivers from Missouri was getting off, man.
Yeah, that was a big upset there.
They were looking like Missouri when they first came over to the SEC. Just a flashback. I ain't saying they are. And of course, but we already know the highlight of the game. But I'll let you go ahead and talk about what you want to talk about. But the highlight of the game was that was that 61-yard field goal.
Oh yeah, that was the highlight of the game. And they had a penalty and took it back 5 yards.
That's crazy. Yo, I remember this kicker from last year against Auburn. Yeah, the big fat white boy, man, number 92. I remember him from last year. Or 82, whatever his number is. Yeah, he can kick. That's crazy. That boy out there kicking with them big ham hot legs. Ooh.
Oh yeah,
he'll be in the NFL.
Right.
He look like Janikowski, man.
Well, he breaking the mold, man. That's what's up, boy. Hey, he got a leg. He got a leg, man. Yeah, he got a leg too, boy. Them kicks be crucial. Yeah, he can kick though. He definitely can kick. That's all that matters. He can kick, man.
Yeah, then Brady Cook, he had a good game.
I wonder, did he get recruited as a kicker? That's a big dude.
Oh yeah, he a big dude, man. He can fill in for a defensive lineman or offensive lineman.
Yeah, that was a great comeback in the fourth quarter. I say Brady Cook, he was 23 of 35, 356 yards, 2 touchdowns. For a great comeback. Oh man, Luther Bird, if y'all ain't seen him, that wide receiver. You'll
for Missouri, right?
Yeah,
for Missouri, right? That's what I was seeing. I was like, yo, this dude, he was acting. Was it number 84?
Yeah, that was number 3.
Okay,
number
I see it.
Luther Bird.
Okay, it was number 3. Okay, dude with the dreads.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns, 114 yards. Yeah, he made some big plays.
There, man. He was running around them dudes. Whenever
yeah,
he
it
got
was
the
just
ball.
how he was doing it, how they was getting him open.
Yeah, whenever
he was there last year, but he just stepped his game up this year.
Tighten up on that technique. Jake, where you at?
I'm with you.
Okay. Hey man, we're about to get to your favorite topic of the night.
Any Kansas team that's a rival game for Missouri.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
The SEC ain't look too bad this week. They a couple of feathers got ruffled, but it's all right.
Hell, what you mean? Georgia damn near got beat.
Yeah.
They played another SEC team.
It don't matter. Georgia's supposed to be the cream of the crop.
I mean,
they damn near. Now, that was a nail biter.
Yeah, they played another SEC team that my Tar Heels beat, though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Tar Heels. You know what I'm saying? Going up there, taking care of business, man, with the Minnesota Gophers. You know, Drake May, I ain't even going to talk about Drake May's stats because I ain't too impressed with those 2 interceptions. He been throwing a lot of interceptions this year. But, hey, we got the win, man.
So yeah, they got the win. It was a good solid win for them.
Yeah, they got the win. So, man, this next squad, I'm just mentioning them. Game of the night, Angelo. You got it, man.
So,
hey, Jake.
I actually, you know what I'm saying? I caught the fourth quarter of this game because I was at the 50 Cent concert last night. When I got in, Colorado State had the lead with a couple minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I thought that it was I know Trav and they immediately called this hating. I thought it was a horrible coaching job that the Colorado State head coach did, because at the end of the game and even in the overtime, he played in a soft zone.
Yeah, that was a bad defense. I was thinking the same thing.
Why would you? I don't know if he played that the entire game. I don't know.
Defense prevent you from winning.
Hey, good call, Jake. But was that the defense that he was playing in the first 3 quarters?
Yeah, off and on.
No, they was putting pressure on him. Yeah, they were putting pressure on him through the game. But as I said, defense prevent you from winning.
Saying it's too conservative, huh?
Well, see what he is being. They was betting on the Sanders kid not to be talented enough to read the defense to find the open people. So I think they were playing with his intelligence by playing that defense, betting that he wouldn't be able to find the open people in that little raggedy prevent defense. And they found out wrong.
Yeah, that happened. Dion, they went in halftime to adjust because he was looking like he couldn't do much in the first half. They were bringing pressure from different sides, and I'm gonna tell y'all this: that guy Muhammad Kamara with Colorado State. Oh, he probably going first. He might be going first round. He dominated Colorado offensive line the whole night.
He was a headache.
Yeah, number 8, Kamara, man.
I don't know about.
Yeah, but he also cost him the game too.
You know, that dumb play.
Targeting.
Yeah,
targeting. Yeah. But Kamara, y'all right. He was definitely dominant, man.
He's gonna be a problem.
And bro, and Trav, all I could think about, I was thinking about you, man, and I was like, see, that goes back to what we was talking about when we was on Talk Shit Tuesday about if you good, they no matter where you at, they'll come find you, man. So they're gonna find number 8 from Colorado State, and they're gonna go find number 14, the wide receiver.
Oh yeah, they couldn't stop him. Like the offense they was running, Colorado could not stop them from moving the ball. They was picking them apart. Colorado was playing zone defense, and that shit wasn't working. First half, he was just picking them apart. Even in the second half, he still was getting yards. But Colorado just adjusted their offense and what they was doing. Because the first half, they put a lot of pressure on him.
I think in that first half, the Colorado probably wouldn't have scored really much if it wasn't for the shallow interception.
Yeah, because I said they had pressure on him.
And then you remember that trick screenplay that they did, that screenplay that turned into a pass.
And when I was looking at the game from the beginning, it was like the Colorado State, they got some pretty big players on defense.
Somebody chewing and eating in the background. I think that's Jake. Can you mute your mic for a second?
Yeah, Colorado State got some pretty big defenders. So they down there like they was intimidating Colorado in the first half. You watching it down there like they was intimidated by them. They were putting hard hits on them. They were putting pressure on the quarterback.
Well, you see how they did Travis Hunter, put him out the game, man.
Yeah, and then now he out a couple weeks.
Yeah. So intimidation is the appropriate word for it.
Yeah, they were doing little shit like that. I was shocked that he got hurt like that. Cause I saw what happened, but it didn't look like it was bad like that. I found out he had to go to the hospital.
They played a throwback type of game, man. They played a throwback type of physical game. That's what it was, man.
I think Dion, man, or whoever the offensive coordinator is, like Dylan Edwards should have had more than 10 carries, man. Like I don't like Shador putting it up 47 times. If he's gonna put it up 47 times, I think it still should be more than a total of 25 carries on the ground, man. Now you gotta mix it up better than that, man.
Yeah,
That's just my opinion. I think you gotta run the ball, man.
but see, from what I see, a lot of teams that's like Alabama. A lot of teams they want to throw the ball, and if they run it a few times and they get stopped, it ain't working how they want it. They'll just lead the running game along, all the way, and they'll just pass. That's the problem with a lot of these teams.
Yeah.
Because like you said, they would have ran the ball more, maybe, it would have been a little different. But I think because he got stuffed a few times, I think they just wanted to pass.
But I mean, shit, man. He damn near averaged 6 yards a carry, though, man.
Yeah, because he broke one play. He broke for a few yards.
This like
I don't think he's that strong of a back though, bro. As far as running the ball, I think he's more of a passing back, receiving back.
Maybe, but bring somebody else in. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to run the ball. You got
to, man.
You know what I'm saying? Or if we could just all we got to focus on should do a pocket passing. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. That's an easy little fix.
Sometimes I kind of wish Shador would run a little more, man. Take off. Hey man, but Shador be killing it, man. He be doing his thing, man. He accurate.
I don't want him to take off.
He accurate, but you got to think if they come up against a better team with better talent, it's gonna be rough because all they're gonna do, they gonna just like how Colorado State did. They see all you need to do is put pressure on him. Once you put pressure on him, that stopped the whole offense.
Oh yeah, of course. Yep.
So they're not gonna run the ball consistently.
They lopsided.
So if you shut him down, they totally shut down.
But see, Shador showed a lot of poise though, man. Like from the beating they took, because what they do, they sacked him another 8-9 times probably. How many times did they sack him? Let's see.
2, 3.
Oh no, he only got sacked 4.
I think 4 times.
He got sacked 4 times.
But it was a lot of pressure on him, like the whole night. Especially like I say, that first half, even the third quarter and fourth quarter, they still was bringing pressure. Now see, he just do good at, he had one. He finally had an interception, but he was 38 or 47 for 348 yards. But that's really not telling the story of what was going on. Cause they had him on lock the first half.
Yeah.
And he was only throwing short passes. He was only able to get little short passes off because they were putting so much pressure on him. He had to come out the pocket. They was on his ass.
The fourth quarter and the overtime, you know what I'm saying, padded those yards.
Yeah.
It padded those yards.
Oh yeah, because he was like I say, they was on his ass. I like Xavier Weaver. See, early he was going to him. Because Jimmy Horn, he dropped a couple of passes. Deion still, he had to talk with him and hugged him and shit, let him know he loved him. He ain't tripping over that. Get out there and do your thing.
Now, Trav, the word is believe. Let him know he believe in him.
I can honestly,
by them believing, that's what won the game. I honestly believe it.
Trav, you go to church, man?
No.
He sound like it. He sound like a good, faithful Christian, don't he, Jake?
He said,
I'm no
no,
Christian.
no.
Now you
About
know
like
me,
that guy on Friday. You want some? No.
No parts of it.
Hey, so
Hell,
now
hell
we got
no.
three. Hey, we got a 3-week sample size of Colorado.
Oh man, great question. I know
So
what you about to say. X. Go ahead.
well, we got a 3-week sample size. Now, I ain't finna ask what you think I'm finna ask. That's next, Dave. The first, how do you feel like the receiving core of Colorado is official?
Hell yeah.
Man, I do too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they got a good receiving core.
I think they're official, man. They are the between Horn, Weaver,
Yeah.
and what's the other dude name? Michael Harrison. I think that's his name.
Yeah, has.
They are balanced.
You could throw in, you can mix in Travis Hunter.
Yep.
Mix in Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards. He
do
got a lot of targets.
Yeah,
Weapons.
and then they line up when they a lot of time they in that 4 wide receiver set, man. That spread, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to stop that.
And Angelo, let's just be real about it. When they get a line next year, and he get more time, it's gonna be they're gonna be unstoppable.
Man.
Hey,
he getting the most out of them.
But look, you look on the other side of the ball. The other team, they had 3 receivers with over 100 yards.
Man, them dudes is like that, man.
Yeah, Harden.
Number
He's
5.
special.
Dave, you say next year. Schroder might not be that next year.
Right. I mean, but think about it, they're gonna only get better talent. You know what I'm saying? They're only gonna get better talent.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna get.
He was on a recruiting. He was on a recruiting visit Friday. Y'all ain't see it. He went and visited the number 1 quarterback in the country. Whoever that, I forgot the kid name. Dion was at his house Friday.
Oh yeah, Dion got a lot of coaches mad. They hate he in college football.
That man had a game. He had a game Saturday, Friday. He was in Shorty living room.
Yeah, you could be the next Schroder.
Then check it out. Who wouldn't want to go there? You got a DJ in the locker room.
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
You got the Rock pulling up. Cameron. You got Offset pulling up.
Michael
you got
Irvin.
Chauncey Billups and Kyle Lowry sitting up there in the box.
Warren Sapp.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah. Tom Brady this summer worked with Deion's son,
Schroder.
the quarterback.
Schroder,
Tom Brady worked with him this summer.
The great Tom Brady.
Yep, he worked. He worked with him.
That's why he pulled out that 98-yard drive.
Yeah,
listening to one of the best.
That's Tom Brady training.
Oh yeah, he got a lot of
Brady. Tom Brady got the clutch, man. He might not have the talent that Peyton Manning got, but he got the clutch genes like a mug.
Yeah, cause I don't see too many other quarterbacks out there that like how they came back and they pulled off that win. I don't really see many quarterbacks that would have did that. With the pressure he was getting the whole game, and
he kept his poise. He kept his poise.
Cause they throwed a lot of different looks at him.
Okay,
just like his mentor, Tom Brady. Go ahead.
Let's reel this shit in. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be no hater, man, but bro, that was Colorado State, man. That was Colorado State. I'm happy that they won, but going into the game, we all said this was finna be a blowout.
It was supposed to be.
All of us said that. All of us said that this was going to be practice.
It was supposed to be.
This was against the South Florida Bulls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought so too until I seen them line up and I saw what the other team looked like.
It's the rival game. And
Oh shit.
when you play a rival, you know, you expect a good game out of a rival.
Yeah, but they were getting
Nobody
into it.
accounted that they hate each other and was rivals.
Man,
I
Yeah, they
done
were getting
seen
into
rival
it before
team.
the game.
you hate
Yeah, I
everybody you
done.
play against every week. That's the most overrated thing out there.
What?
A rivalry game. Every game is
No, it's not.
Nah,
of importance.
No, it's not.
Man, in college football, when a
it
ranking when a
it
loss
No,
can
it's
should
take you
not.
out of, man, please.
it
No, it's
should be,
not.
but I can tell you, it's a difference when Alabama and Auburn play. So
There you
it's
go.
different, but it
In the
should be like
Alabama
what you're
Georgia
saying.
game have become just as much of a rivalry now.
The difference is they prepare differently they prepare for
The
the team
intensity
they playing.
is
They play
different.
but they prepare for the team that they playing, just like they do
Or,
every
or, or
week.
even like when we play Alabama play LSU, that shit
Yep.
different.
Yeah. Now every game is a rival game.
That game that game's supposed to have been well in hand.
He
Like,
said every game is a rival game.
I said it's not a
Oh,
rival
okay.
game. Somebody
My
said
fault.
every game is a rival game, and it's
shit.
not.
Damn.
So I get what D'Angelo's saying though. Like every week you should be coming out there with that same intensity. But that
Yeah,
just
you're
ain't how
supposed
it
to,
is.
but it don't happen like that.
I think it do. I think it do happen like that. I think they all go out there and try to kill everybody every week. I think the media hype up what the media dictates what a rivalry game is. You know what I'm saying? The players going out there to play,
Mhm.
and they going out there to win. None of them are going out there to lose. They going out there to try to beat the hell out of whoever they playing. It's us that creates make it a rivalry game. The players gonna play the same no matter what. They ain't
No,
going
they
out
don't.
there. They ain't going out there
They're
saying I'm gonna play harder today because this
I don't know because
Auburn.
the
no,
emotions
they're
they gonna
game
be different.
with. Go ahead.
With every
Go ahead,
game,
Go ahead, Jake.
with every game counts. Every you know what I'm saying. A loss to Colorado State would have, you know what I'm saying, would have dropped them out of the top 25 probably. It would have
Oh
dropped them
yeah.
out of the top
Yeah,
25.
they was
So they went out and if we know that, they know that. So they went out there with the intent to stomp Colorado State ears together.
That's right. But you know, another thing is that I think most like just like basketball, like they say in basketball, some teams you don't go to sleep early for.
And
Gotta look at it from that.
and I bet you they was chilling preparing for
But
Colorado State.
right, but once the whistle blow, like you said, they playing hard.
I
They
don't
trying
think
to shine on everybody.
I don't think they were chilling. I just think, hey, it's just the game plan that the coaches came up with on the other side, which, I said that after they played Nebraska. When they look at how they defended, how they were putting pressure on them, all these other teams gonna try to do the same thing.
Yeah, never underestimate your
So
opponent.
as the season go on, Dion and his coaching staff gonna have to figure out they gonna have to adjust quicker than what they did.
I bet you it'd be for the next 2 weeks. It's gonna be real quiet.
It's gonna be rough.
We ain't gonna
I
hit.
don't really think so because I don't.
You ain't gonna
Bo
hit
Nix is
Dion.
not gonna outperform primetime
Bro,
dream.
let's just keep it real. So far in the season. What I'm gonna ask Jake, because I know Trav is you biased. Jake, no disrespect, Trav. Not at all. Hey, Jake, what is Colorado so far in the season from the 3 games you've seen?
Colorado, they are about let's say if they play in 13 games, they are 8-5 team.
Yeah. That's a good call.
I look
But now
at
they
it,
only
that's still,
they
that's still
only
it.
play 12 games. 12. They play 12 games. Let's say through a 12-game season, Jake.
Well, they 7-5.
Okay. That's realistic, bro. Because I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the TCU game. They won by 3. Then they played Nebraska. They was getting dominated that game, even though the score don't say that. And then the last game they was getting beat again, dominated. Damn, Colorado.
But they did what it took to stay in the game.
Like for me, I'm already lost. I said that they will win between 3 and 5 games, and they clearly gonna win more than that. But what I do pick up on with Colorado, and you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure all y'all agree, is they not scared.
Nah.
They not scared. And that could maybe that's a testament to Dion. They're not scared.
Yeah,
and they don't and we commend the roster that he's put together in this short period of time, but realistically, on paper, up and down, this is not a roster that jumps out the page at you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It came because he got him from the portal.
Right, he was scrapping for talent.
They like the bad news bears. He picked disgruntled players and putting them together and created a team. They,
right. He maximized all their talent, man. He brained the best
because a lot of those players either weren't starting or getting the playing time at the school they were at, and jumped into the portal, and Dion grabbed them and made them. They probably playing over the past their potential at this point, because most of them players were not starting wherever they were at. Most of them players weren't even starting.
Not the receivers, Jake. The receivers playing, they are who they are, man. I mean, you got talented receivers everywhere in the country. You saw that last night.
Yeah, and then I also don't want to put a lot onto the fact that they wasn't starting at other places, because in college football, man, it's a lot. In sports, period, it's a lot of politics that go along with that. Just because a player wasn't a starter where he came from, don't mean he ain't that deal. He could potentially not be one of the current coach's guys. If you're not one of the current coach's guys, you on the outskirts of what's going on. If he didn't recruit you, you know what I'm saying, you're not one of his guys. Because when a coach come in, he's gonna look after the players who parents he spoke with.
How many 5-star players Dion got on his roster right now?
Probably 3, maybe.
Yeah, he just got.
There you go. Case closed.
But I mean, he just got there and put that team together. It ain't like
there you go. That's my point. Keep solidifying my point.
Jake, but let me tell you this, Jake. You just can't figure just because a player transfer he didn't start. Because there's a lot of these schools that you see these quarterbacks and a lot of these quarterbacks, they started on another team last year. They just left the
on Dion's team. You just told me.
I'm not talking about Dion's team.
5
I had
on Dion's team. You just told me he got 3 5-star players. He got 52 or 56 players out of the portal, which were not 5-star players. He put them together and he got them playing as a unit.
Right.
That's a hell of a coach. That's
But
a hell of a coach.
Hey Jake, what he's saying is like a lot of times guys are like diamonds in the rough or whatever, or like they're at the wrong school. So Dion said, you know what, you ain't getting burned over there. I already seen you in high school. This coach don't know how to use you here, idiot. I'm gonna bring you over here. He's saving them from, you know what I'm saying, from the situation. Just hop in the transfer portal, and I bring you. I pick you out of the portal.
Yeah, I think he just went at the talent he wanted, the best talent he can get. That's
what we saying. He already had these guys under his radar. He couldn't get them in Jackson State. A lot of them.
Yeah, because a lot of these guys he been knowing since they were little kids.
Since they was in school, middle school,
that's
high
on
school,
his
and all
team
that.
right now.
That's what I'm saying. So he already knew they could play before they ended up in the school they was at. So other coaches not looking at them because they don't know, they haven't seen their production. But he already knew he don't need to see their production. He know they can play.
And then some of these players, everybody know, like you in high school. These players they so-called 5-star this, 5-star that. That a lot of times that shit don't mean that.
It don't mean jack unless you on the field playing like a 5-star player or 4-star player.
Yeah, you got guys like Archie Manning, Peyton Manning nephew. Yeah, he a 5-star, but he definitely played like a 3-star. Trust me.
Because we all know players that came from the cities we from that didn't play, and we know like, oh shit, that motherfucker better than that motherfucker right
he
there.
Raw. Yeah.
But it's just how they have them ranked.
Yeah, that's politics, like Angelo said, man. And like the camps, like I was telling my nephew, like, bro, you ain't gonna get no looks from colleges if you don't go to these camps. So I was telling them, I was sending them to the camps in South Carolina to try to just to get his name, just to get some recognition from the scouts, man, and get some stars. I said because this is where you earn them at. You don't earn them having a good, film tape and all that. Because a lot of times the coaches don't even get your film out.
No,
you can't do it just on film alone.
It takes a lot, bro. It takes film. It takes those camps. It takes social media presence. It takes so much because I'm fresh off of a recruiting process. With my nephew, and my nephew was 2-time All-City defensive lineman, 6'6", 320. He broke his ankle. 3rd game of his senior season, all his offers got took off the table. You know what I'm saying? Everything, they took everything, and he's playing D3 football right now because of that. So you do have to be involved in everything. Every opportunity you get, you have to maximize it. He didn't do that. He felt like he proved himself, and it was just a stroke of bad luck that injury happened. But you do have to go to all the camps. You have to do all that stuff, man. You have to keep your name fresh out there in their head.
Oh yeah, cause you got kids across the whole country, every state trying to do the same thing. Everybody trying to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these days, like you say, you gotta use that social media too.
Yeah, this a funny story about that, man. One of his buddies, bro. He put out a tweet on Twitter, and he was like, offer from I like to thank this, blessed to receive an offer from Marshall University and woo. And then he didn't even receive an offer from Marshall. And then other coaches hit him up like North Dakota State offering him, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's like
yeah, God, yeah, they copycats.
Smart
They don't
move.
even do their work,
Smart
man.
move.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
copycats, man.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
And
It's
that's how
crazy.
it is, man. That's how it is with getting players out of the portal or like Dion noticing the talent, scouting the talent. Dion put a stamp on him or show value on him. Now all the rest of the college coaches want to put value on him and say that he's stealing all the players out of the portal. You weren't even looking at the dude before.
Right.
Yeah, they got a lot of game for you.
Yeah, they lazy. Talking about they work so hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it again, man. I want that portal up out of here.
I like the portal.
What's wrong with the portal?
I like the portal too. Maybe. I mean, they working on limiting it to one transfer per year or whatever.
Then you infringing on the players' freedom to move around.
Yeah, if you look at it like that, you know what I'm saying? I could see that. But what it also do is it takes away black athlete scholarships.
Why just blacks?
What you mean?
No. That's because I only care about blacks. That's the reason. That's the reason I said that. But it takes away too many of their scholarships. Because these kids go in the portal and they go in the portal and die.
Yeah.
80-some% of the players that go in the portal come out of the portal with no scholarship. So which means they leave a scholarship situation and walk away with nothing. At least if you're not playing or a member of the team or whatever, your education is still paid for. The education is still paid for. I just don't agree with. I don't like that so many kids are giving up their scholarships. And
let me ask you this: so, what I'm trying to figure out why, if they ain't just got no offers from other teams, like they got to give they had to give their scholarship. I don't see why a lot of them would do that.
Because it's the same reason why they do it in basketball and every other sport. It's because we all think we're good, and then it's a combination of bad coaching, a combination of bad parenting, because
bad judgment.
Yeah, bad judgment. Because even as fathers, we have to be more in tune with the landscape of what's going on. We all think, oh, my kid is going to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be a realist and be able to spot it. Like, my kid good. My kid good, but he ain't NFL good. So yeah, he good enough to get a scholarship.
But Angelo, those guys don't even know what NFL good is. They had an example. Maybe you do because you're from a bigger city. But another thing, Angelo, I think they should try to change the rules on the tampering rules in college. Sometimes another coach will be like, I can't talk to you unless you in the transfer portal. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, they not supposed to talk to them unless they're in the transfer portal.
You see what I'm saying? And that's too much of a sacrifice to make just to get.
Yeah, so that's what got the shit fucked up then.
Yeah, that need to be changed opposed to the.
So if they get in the transfer portal, they don't know if they gonna get a scholarship from somewhere else or not. So that's really fucking the kids up.
Yeah, they fucking the kids over because they trying to force them to stay. They should allow them to be able to talk and network with the other coaches, man, without having to be a tamper.
At least know they're gonna have a scholarship.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, what the NBA do when you put your name into in the draft of whatnot, they give you a grace period of, let's say, 30 days. During that 30 days, you can talk to scouts and teams and whatnot and find out where you stand. But if you don't like where you stand, you pull out of the draft and return back to college without no penalty.
That's a good one, Jake. So that means they don't even have to relinquish. They don't have to give up their scholarship.
There you go.
They're granted that 30-day period where they could entertain other offers or other coaches.
There you go.
But it's not
That's what the NBA does.
But it's not a good idea because what do you think the current coach is going to do? The coach is looking for his replacement. I'm not finna hold no scholarship while you figure it out. I'm just gonna go.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
get
saying.
another. I'm gonna go get another player.
That's what we saying. They have to honor the scholarship. They give them 30 days to figure out if they're going to hit the portal or not.
Okay, but then
hit the draft thing.
Let's say they hit the portal.
So that 30 days would be before the eligibility to transfer in December to January.
Okay, so if they did that, that leaves the university that he's transferring from hanging out to dry. If they would allow that, because now on day 30,
I mean, they got plenty of backup. They got plenty of guys.
The NBA,
they got second and third.
It's already set up. With the NBA, it's already set up where the college players
Jake,
can enter the draft.
Yeah, Jake. So like you're saying though, that should put more emphasis on coaches. If you recruiting this guy, plan on playing him.
Right. If you got
another period, they got another period in April where they get to transfer. Also, that's the second one.
But that's the most of the time when they hit the portal, they hit in the portal due to coaching changes. They in the most players hit the portal due to
that means the coach gonna get off from wherever they land. They should, if they want to follow a coach. But if not, then what the hell are you hitting the portal for? And you ain't got no guaranteed destination. You gonna give up your free your full ride scholarship?
I know, like some of them quarterbacks.
Everybody, all these players.
I understand.
All these players that hit the portal, and all these players are at the college.
They delusional.
They delusional, but they've also been that guy their entire life.
Yeah. Everywhere until you get with the other guys who've been that guy.
See, a lot of them quarterbacks that do that, them quarterbacks be starting, and they know the coach still there, but they know they're not gonna start the next year, so they'll go to somewhere else.
And a lot of those people that go in the portal, they already have a hint. If they go in the portal, that they're going to lock into another school. And a lot of these guys that's going into the portal ain't going in there just blind, not knowing nothing. And some of them do because they know that they ain't going to make the team roster the next year. Now there's other players
from D'Angelo's stats. He said like 80% of them get fucked over,
and that's a true stat.
No, because a lot of these players know that there's a school interested in them, and the only way that they can transfer is to go through the portal. A lot of these guys are not going in there blinded, just jumping in the portal and hoping that another school select them.
But
they've been talked to.
Hey Jake, I posted the stats on another episode, on another show when you was in there.
Yeah, see, the player we seeing, them there's the player we see that made it, and they on another team. But a lot of, like you say, a lot of them players, they get their ass out. So there's a lot of them transferred. You got to think all these colleges out here, somebody transferring on all them teams. But so like you say, some of them ain't making the cut.
Right. So I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now. 78% entered the portal and did not find a home. 78%.
Well, that changed a lot because Deion picked what, 56 of them.
You know, it's 305 Division I schools. You know what I'm saying? That's a very small number, Jake.
How many went in the portal?
Let's see.
I got another stat from 2022 though. It says overall success rate for transfers. Hold on. All right. And it says when taking the total number of college transfers into consideration, only around 5 in 10 players are actually finding a new school to play for. 54% reported enrolling at a new school. 41% have not found a new school, are still looking, transferred to a non-NCAA school, or left their sport completely. That's from 2022. Now you might got the 2023 update. It might be higher this year. You know what I'm saying, Angelo? With the new rules and everything, it's probably higher. Probably skyrocketed this year.
It did. It did.
Yeah, it say this year, it say
Probably
8,699 players entered the portal between August of last year and May of 23.
How many of them found a new team?
Yeah, how many?
Let me check that. Let me see.
Come on, man.
Yeah, they say
yeah, I just pulled that up because you asked how many entered the portal.
I'm messing with you.
3,705.
So yeah, that's about right with what you said, D'Angelo.
You said 3,705 out of 8,000.
Yep, out of 8,197, and the 3,705 who did find a home, they didn't necessarily find a home with a scholarship situation.
But that ain't surprising because think about it. Only 1% you can go from let's say start your career at 7 or 8 years old and play all your damn life until you 21 graduating from college in any sport. Only 1% of all the athletes that play sports ever touch a professional field, a professional basketball court, or anything. Only 1% of all athletes.
That's true, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about scholarship situations and getting a college education. We ain't even worried about the pros right now. We on the college aspect of it. The fact that they enter in this portal and then they coming out without a scholarship, and it's a high number of them that don't even continue school.
Well, you know what? That might be because
I think that sports play a role, an important role. Like I could be honest and say on this live right now, if it wasn't for football, my son wouldn't have never graduated college, ever. He didn't graduate college because it wasn't in him. My son went to college to play football. That's what he did. And luckily
and it turned on.
Luckily a degree came with it. You know what I'm saying? But if he would have been going to college just to be going, it wouldn't have worked out.
Kids' brain don't develop until they're 25 anyways, man.
Yeah. So,
but here's the thing.
I'm just saying the reason I brought that up is just that with that portal, we're losing a bunch of opportunities that these kids earn.
And it might be a good thing. You know why? Because it might
never a good thing
bring them to the reality that sports is not their thing.
But Jay,
and by doing that, they may realize that they need the study in not just go to college or go have a higher education, because of sport. You supposed to here's the thing that a lot of people missing out on as far as education in the portal. It's a damn good thing because it brings them to the reality. You should never.
We need them
You
to get
should
those free
never.
educations, Jake. We need
You
them
should
to get
never.
the free education.
Yeah, I kind of
You
agree
should
with
never.
D'Angelo on that.
We
Jake.
need
No.
them to get those free educations, Jake.
Yeah,
They
because there's
earned
a
it.
lot of guys I
earned
know
it.
where I'm
But
from
see, that's the thing.
that went to
A lot of
college
these guys
because of
ain't
sports.
going for the education. They only
Oh, they
going
definitely not
because
going
of the
for the
sports. They only going
Well, Angelo just
because
said
of the
that.
sports.
Angelo just said it, but I'm saying like the ones
But
who go to the pros, they don't stay that long.
but
yeah, like Angelo
it's
said, they need to get that education though.
it's way more on that go to college. A lot of them they know they're not going to the pro.
No, a lot of them don't know.
A lot of them know that.
are very
They
delusional.
delusional, man.
I
Their
know a
mama-
lot of them
do not know
delusional.
that.
They
But-
mama right there cheering them on, telling them they the savior. You know what I'm
But
saying?
see, go back to when you was in high school. Good think back when you was in high school. A lot of guys they was good on the high school level. They got a scholarship. It don't matter if it was to HBCU, D3 college 2 or 1, wherever they went. A lot of them guys know they not going pro. Majority of them know that.
No, not a lot of them.
Nah, majority of them know that. I'm telling you.
Not a lot.
They know they ain't going pro. But they
You know
going
what?
and they getting that
You know what?
that free education.
No, see, the reason why I say not a lot of them, because there's been a lot of CBA basketball, NFL scouting camps. You will find a whole bunch of fellas spending a whole lot of money going to these scouting camps.
Most kids ain't going to these camps though. That's what I'm telling you. Majority of them not going to none of them camps.
That's where you're wrong. There's a lot of kids right now that play college football that did not get drafted that are going to these scouting combine and spending their money going all over the country, going to the different combine in not stepping into a real NFL camp, training camp. But these scouting combine prey on their dream of being a professional athlete, take their money and give them a format,
that's why I'm
their
telling
talent,
you.
knowing that they don't have a chance of going to the next step.
But you're talking about a small percentage. Majority of kids that play football ain't going to that.
Hey, Jake. I want y'all to think about this. The portal is allowing these universities to recycle our children at their discretion to the best interest of those universities. It's allowing them to basically decommit from our children.
Yeah, because once they enter that portal, your
obligation to them is once you enter the transfer portal, they're no longer obligated. So what does the big time university? You just said it. Dion brought in 56 transfer portals. Kudos, salute to Dion. But it's a bunch of kids that went in that portal and lost everything.
Yeah,
now, I don't know the answer. I don't know 100% on how we should fix that or can fix that. But right now, that's a big advantage to the universities. Our kids are getting robbed because of that portal.
No, they are getting a bittersweet reality of life.
Is that what they need, Jake?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They need a reality check because they are delusional as far as their athletic career.
But they're kids.
When you hit that portal, you done hit a crossroad in your life.
they're kids, and even if they are delusional,
Yes.
even if they are delusional, they're kids. They don't have it figured out. They don't have it figured out.
Well, they have to
shouldn't be
figure it
preyed.
out.
They shouldn't
They
be
then
have
preyed
to figure it out.
upon. They're being preyed upon.
And then too, you know, some of them schools are promising them guys
Yes.
that they gonna get them, and then when
Of
they get in the
course.
portal, wind up not getting them, and they ask that.
Yeah.
I
Of
mean,
course.
they, like you say, they kids. And then a
That's
lot
why.
of the parents don't know the business of college football. A lot of these
There
parents.
you go. There you go. A lot of these kids don't have the proper guidance to make the right decision
And that's
for
a
them.
big problem. That's the biggest
So,
problem.
And
so
now
that's
where
that's
it
why
needs to
I agree
change.
with D'Angelo. Because if that high a percentage is not they not getting a scholarship to go somewhere else, that's a big problem.
They just recycling our kids, man. They just
You
pushing.
know,
They just
now
pushing a kid. They just pushing a kid to the side, bringing the next kid on, and they could capitalize off. And it's always been like that. It's
it's
always
about
been that
money.
way. It's always been
It's
that
about
way.
money.
The only thing is that this portal makes it much easier for them to do it.
It's about money. Now, how you fix the problem? Here's how you fix the problem. When the kid entered the portal, like I said, like the NBA got the system, any kid that goes into the portal should have a grace period of finding out what in some counseling and advice from people on what he should do next.
But
Instead of going in
understand.
there blind, and if he decides to pull out of the portal, he must go back to the school that he was thinking about transferring from.
Notice you want a professional procedure to be implemented in a college setting, and that's not gonna happen.
The NBA used this system. I just told you.
I know,
The NBA used this system.
but we're not
But
talking
see, that's
about
different
we're not
going to
talking
the
about the
league.
NBA. We're talking about going from amateur athletics to amateur athletics, not amateur athletics to
And
professional.
they need counseling to make the
Right,
right decision.
But
Cause
the
like
NBA
you
plays for
said,
that, probably.
I do.
and
I agree
like
with you. I agree with you on that point, Jake. They do.
yeah,
They do need counseling, and
they
The
need counseling.
bottom line is, Jake, they take advantage of the kids, and they need that 30-day window, Jake. I think we all agree.
Yes, they
We
do.
coming
yeah,
from
they do. They need some
they-
type of window.
yeah, they
But
need
Yeah.
like D'Angelo
because it's
said,
but
you
it's
want to
all
get
the
in the
help.
portal. The coach already looking past you. He already looking at who he
Well,
finna bring in.
well, let's just get real about the shit, man. And I hate to bring race into it, but these white boys are just taking advantage of our kids, man. It's all
They
for
are.
their coaching resume and their career to make them look good. That's why Nick Saban is having problems he having. That's why he mad at Dion. They can't win without all this extra talent, bro. It exposes who they really are.
Yeah.
That's why I kept telling y'all, and people think I'm crazy, but I keep saying Nick Saban is overrated as a coach.
But
I'm-
And that's my
Dion,
team.
it's Dion's turn right now. Dion is on, you know what I'm saying? He on a promotion run right now. It's his turn. Hopefully it'll be his turn. Hopefully,
Because
you know, even though I'm quite sure, even though D'Angelo, we both have our, you know what I'm saying, you know, our dislikes about the way Dion was moving.
Mhm.
But when it comes down to it, I think both me and him would rather them players go to Colorado with Dion opposed to
Absolutely.
one of the white coaches at the end of the day.
Absolutely. 100%. I hope Dion win the national championship this year. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But he ain't gonna do that. Slow down.
I know.
Yeah.
I say hope. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
like
I mean, because it's sad, man.
my
When you
critique. My
But see,
critique
he
on Dion is
already
because
won.
their whole thing is they protecting these white coaches instead of the kids. Fuck the coaches,
yeah.
man. They already had a career. They got it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what they keep doing in our faces. Talking about, when you go in the transfer portal, you likely to lose your scholarship or whatever.
Oh yeah, you gonna lose.
Just so the coach can have his flexibility and he can bring in the next guy or whatever. Nah, that shit should be guaranteed.
Because even just think about it, Dion pushed players into the portal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he couldn't make them do it. He couldn't make them do it.
I know
he couldn't make them.
Yeah,
but he let them know.
But
he didn't get no playing
time. No, my point of bringing that up was y'all gotta know that every other coach doing the same thing.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing, but these students that do the stupid moves of leaving, getting the attitude and leaving.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, you said that their parents were supposed to be guiding them.
They should. They should.
And I agree with you.
Because
they should say, hey man, don't let them make you feel cornered in. He has to honor your scholarship.
Everybody don't think logically. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I say, well, I went through a situation this with my own son. He had recruiting, he was being recruited by D2 schools. He had his heart set on going to D2. But daddy's found the better fit D3. You ain't going to the NFL, nigga. I'm sending you to the school that's gonna hold you through this process and make you a better man. I don't give a fuck about football. You know what I'm saying? We gonna use football, you know what I'm saying, to get what
education,
to get what we need. We going to the right fit. We're not thinking about the name. We're going to the right fit. That's what parents supposed to do. And we are the main ones not doing that.
Yeah, man, there's too many single.
But you know why? Because a lot of the black parents, how they going to guide their kids through a process that they ain't never been through.
No, Dave said what the answer was earlier, and they went under the radar. It was because the parents are looking at this kid as a way out. Dave said something similar to that.
Man. I did say that, yo. That's it. Yeah,
oh,
man.
Yeah, a lot of them, especially if they in the hood, they in the project. Yeah, that's what they looking at. Like this my way out. They ain't looking at the best interest of the child.
In denial. When somebody like Angelo come and try to talk to him, when Angelo try to talk to him, they in denial, man. And Angelo, we already know Angelo real cool people, but he likely to get cussed out, man. He talked to them. Tell him,
Yep.
Man, I know a lot of females.
You shitting on their dreams, man.
They already be dreaming about that shit when they kids playing park ball.
Yeah, man.
And they out there doing their thing in park ball. Them females already dreaming about that, or some of the daddies. They already like, oh, my boy, he gonna go to the league when he get big.
And the first mistake we make is the first thing you should be able to tell is if your son or if your kid fit the prototype or not. If your kid don't fit the prototype, you know what I'm saying? If your kid is a 175-pound linebacker, you already know. You know what I'm saying? This ain't gonna work out where you think you should be, you know what I'm saying, looking in another direction. But no, we still be, you know what I'm saying, thinking we can beat what's already laid out. It's already laid out. This is what you have to be. If you are not that, you're not going nowhere.
But see, you gotta look at it how they looking at it. Everybody know from the big city to the small town, it's players on them team that putting up hell of a stat, getting plenty of touchdowns and all that, running yard, receiving yard, tackles, sacks. But that's where they from. So a lot of times they don't realize, like, okay, you go to the next level, it ain't gonna be the same.
Yeah, that's true, because the world is a big place and there's motherfucking killers everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
It's killers everywhere. It's players that's gonna walk you down. You know what I'm saying? From wherever. Players gonna walk you down from wherever.
Because even if you go to Alabama, that's top school, Georgia, Ohio State. People don't realize just because you go to that school, that don't mean you go on to the pros. Because majority of them don't. Majority of them that go to Alabama, they not going to the NFL. Ohio State, they not going to the NFL. It's only going to be a handful of them.
Yeah. They just get used on the practice squad. That's all they getting used for.
So it's even less when you go to the smaller schools. It's less and less, players that are going to go to the league from them schools.
Yeah.
That's that, man.
Just, that's how it is.
It's definitely the NCAA is just a flawed system all across the board. You know what I'm saying? And and like to
kind of corporation.
Yeah, kind of to what Jake was saying earlier when Jake was talking about the NBA and their system and stuff like that. The reason why what the NBA has and the NFL and Major League Baseball and professionals, period, the reason why their system works is because they have a union. Yeah. They have somebody to answer to. When you police yourself, the NCAA police themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a conflict of interest right there.
Right, and then that's why Adam Silver had to step in on the NBA, the NCAA basketball side of things. Yeah.
They police.
So if you ain't got that, they policing themselves. They're gonna do whatever they want, Jake. You know that. They're gonna look out for the best interest of them white coaches. They own their system, man.
The corporation.
Yeah, the corporation.
The corporation just like the United States. United States ain't a country, it's a corporation.
So our kids can do better. Our kids can do better, and some of it is their fault. But their children, I don't want to place all of the blame on our kids, because we have to do a better job of protecting our kids. That portal shit is not helping. It only helps a few. You know what I'm saying? And we only hear about the big name kids. So it make it look like it's a good thing, because for so long we complained about coaches. They move around and then they leave a kid behind, and the kid is left to pick up the pieces with a new coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? We complained about that so much. So they say, oh, let's get them the transfer portal. The transfer portal is worse. If you dig deep and think about it, it's worse. You know what I'm saying? It only works out for a selected few, a very small selected few.
Yeah, they need to change that. How it work, they need to change that, because it's too many kids losing their scholarship.
Too many.
I think it's just weeding them out earlier.
But Jake, you saying weeding them out? That is weeding them out from professional sports. We ain't trying. We don't want them to be weeded out of life.
Yeah, they're gonna be weeded out of life though, Angelo, because a lot of them, their attitudes ain't right, man. And they won't do the right thing, man. Like I got, they doing all kind of stuff, man. They think they're above life, man.
Yeah, it's some bad apples in the bunch for sure.
Because a lot of them wouldn't get no education if it weren't for the sport. A lot of them wouldn't even get that education because they wouldn't get no scholarship.
They wouldn't even be in that position. The only purpose of coming to school is to play sports.
It's the sport. There you go.
That's true.
Weed them out early.
So it's not like your son
go in a different direction.
Like your son is a student athlete.
Yeah.
He's not an athlete being turned to a student. Like he's, a lot of these guys are like athletic students.
I get it, but
if that make any sense, yeah,
it make perfect sense. But I'm still against the scholarships, them walking away with them scholarships, even with the
Yeah,
bad
these
advice they
dudes are
getting.
they unruly, Angel. They just unruly, bro. You can't. They already made it in their mind. They prima donnas. What can you do with a prima donna?
I know some of them are uncoachable. Some of them are they were never gonna get through either way. Either way.
Let's say this right here. A star we all know that made it to the league and was MVP. Derrick Rose.
Dumb as a
If you
box
had
of
to make
rocks.
Derrick Rose be a 4-year student, we already know Derrick Rose good people. But come on, Derrick Rose ain't gonna do that. And he the least. Derrick Rose got a good attitude. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to graduate college. You know what I'm saying? But that but you
College ain't for
but
everybody.
again, you
It
still
ain't for everybody, you know.
no, it ain't. But you still talking about the upper echelon of players. You gotta, you know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
I'm saying Derrick Rose is pretty much he's the good side of it, man. These
Yeah, he the
dudes be
top.
having bad attitudes, bro. I'm telling you, man, they toxic. Like, yo, these dudes, they wild, man. They come up from these single mothers. They ain't like Angelo Jr., who grew up with a mother and father. Boy, these
So
dudes is something else, man.
it is, but all of them ain't like that, bro.
Not all of them. The
All of
ones
them,
that's not
all
like
of
that, guess where they at? They on the football team. They got a coachable. They coachable. They ain't getting in trouble. They right where they need to be. Like Jake said, they weeding them out early.
I see a lot of them
And ain't
schools
nothing.
like
I'm not saying it's
it's a
100%.
business.
What'd you say, Trav?
No, I was just saying it's a business. So if they give you that scholarship, you get there, and you ain't performing to they up to their standards or what they want you to do. Yeah, you deep on the bench. So yeah, they want to transfer, but like how it is it's fucked up because you gotta give up
But
that scholarship.
but those are players that need to be protected that the Angelo talking about. Don't want it.
And
You
that's
got
what
these
I was
guys
saying.
ain't going to no school. No, they ain't even going to no classes. These
That's
dudes.
majority of the players. Majority of the players ain't the 5-star recruits.
No, I'm talking about the attitude of these players. The attitude. Do they want to? Do they want an education?
But we don't we it's too many. It's 8,000 of them. We don't know all their attitudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can't say that all of them or even majority of them are going in are the ones with bad attitudes. What about the ones that's going into their portal because they've been nothing but lied to? Because
That's true.
those coaches come in our living rooms and they tell us nothing but lies.
Yeah.
Nothing but lies. They tell these parents, hey, I'm gonna treat your son or daughter like a child of my own, blah blah this, blah blah that, and then they get up there. It's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother thing. You up here now.
And then, some of them the
Derrick
coach that
Rose even told a story like that. He said that about John Calipari. He say,
Damn.
if y'all watch the Derrick Rose interview on My Expert Opinion by Mav Hoffa,
yeah, I saw that.
it's an in-depth interview. It's the most in-depth interview that Derrick Rose ever done. Man, he talked about his whole life from his brothers selling crack. He talked about everything. And he said Coach Cal came in his living room and told him and his mama, oh, I'm gonna take care of you and you gonna do the best thing since sliced bread. He said the day one when he got there, he say him and Cal did nothing but bump heads from beginning to end. He at the end he appreciated it, but he say Calipari was on his ass the whole time. He's like, I went up there thinking that I'm finna go up here and take over and do what I want to do and this and that. He's like, it wasn't nothing like that. He was like, it was this other dude that was a junior and he knew the plays better than me. And he would Cal and give me the ball and tell me to here, go do this. And then I fuck up and then dude come in and do everything perfect. And then I'm running laps and I'm thinking I'm too good. I'm walking out of practice being hard-headed. It was just, man, it was dope to hear him say that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids need to hear that story. A lot of kids need to hear that story.
Calipari is a shifty individual. He's an asshole and he's arrogant. And if you want to ask me a question, ask me how I know that.
How you know that, Jake?
I know him personally. I know him personally.
And I believe it because his track record, man, he got to be some shiesty shit with his track record. You know,
but who put him in power? Like who keep him like he is? We send as a whole, we send our kids to this dude, man. Make him, you know,
because we send our kids to him because if he want our kids, we know our kid going to the NBA.
Yeah, they can go to NBA. But you know, we need more coaches that like John Thompson with Allen Iverson and type of relationship.
John Chaney from Temple.
Yeah,
John Chaney.
John Chaney was off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's going to take care of you. He's going to take care of your kid. He was a man of his word.
That's what's up, man.
I know him personally too.
Oh, we can close this out. Yeah. All right, man. Angelo, you want to wrap it up, man?
Man, down goes another dope episode, dope show. You know what I'm saying? We had some dope topics, you know, and it was good chopping up with you brothers. And I'll see y'all on Talk Shit Tuesday.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Raw Sports Radio. Subscribe to whatever the fuck I want on YouTube. We both, all the content is gonna continue to come. Get in tune and hit that like button, share, subscribe. We out. Salute, Trav. Salute, Jake.
All right, keep it raw.
You know? All right, it's always good. Now, you know this something with this group.